Hey, this is Chad with Drawn and Cornered. It is September 17th, 2021. I am coming to you live from a farm in western North Carolina, and here are the news that you need to run through today. First off, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the elements that we had yesterday and something that came forward. So there was the deal between the UK, the US, and Australia to get Australia a little bit more nuclear sub capability. Now, whether that was just intel, whether that was actually a sub, whether that was just parts and procedures and things like that is sort of unknown. But that alliance between those three countries has really upset China. Now, Australia and China have had a reasonably good relationship, a friendly relationship in the past, but this agreement to kind of put a nuclear sub or nuclear capability in China's backyard has upset the Chinese significantly. They called it a relic of a Cold War zero-sum ideology by those countries, and it's not something that they appreciate having, and whether it's saber rattling or not is sort of inconsequential. It is definitely closing in that web around China and saying, hey, we've got folks that are a lot closer to you than we are, that have this capability now to keep an eye on you and to keep you in check. Along with that, there was a story that came out of the coast of Alaska, that a few Chinese warships were a little bit too close to the coast. Our Navy intercepted them, turned them back. But whether that's probing or just kind of an honest mistake, you'll see this happen from countries all the time. So it's not unique, just not great in the circumstances that are already revolving around the nuclear sub thing and our relationship with China in general. So keep an eye on that. Just put that in the back of your head. That's going to be something that we'll probably revisit in the future as relations between us and China improve or degrade, depending on which direction they go. Also, China's eyes on Taiwan are always going to be something we need to kind of keep on the forefront of our minds. The other thing, the big thing that's going to be happening this weekend that you got to keep an eye on is the Justice for J6 rally that's going to be occurring in D.C. Now, J6 is in reference to January 6th, and the rally's premise is built around the idea that the folks that have been arrested and looked into for January 6th activities are being mistreated by law enforcement, by the Justice Department, are being held without charges, are being held on trumped-up charges, whatever. But this rally could go one of two ways. Apparently, all the security's been brought in. I imagine they'll have a lot more security forces that are a lot more ready to mobilize for this rally than they were for January 6th, just to make sure that nothing happens. But lawmakers have been told to stay out of the area. They are planning for essentially the worst. If the worst happens, everything's going to change. There's going to be a massive shutdown on conservative media, anything right-wing, anybody who supported the rally or anything about Trump or the election lies. All of that is going to be clamped down on super, super hard. It is important, if you care about how this country moves forward with free speech, with the ability to have oppositional viewpoints, that tomorrow goes off without a hitch. If there are any hiccups, problems, issues with law enforcement or with that rally breaking through any barriers or doing anything wrong, you can expect that the pushback is going to be severe. You're already seeing it. There's a New York Times article today talking about all the lawmakers who dismissed or minimized the January 6th protests and riots. And some of the things that they're including in there are simply people saying, hey, we need to have charges for the individuals that are in there if they're going to be held under this law. That's considered dismissing or minimizing. It's just the New York Times is trying to paint a significant amount of Republicans with inclusion in the January 6th antics, and I don't think that it's fair-minded. It's definitely political. It's being politicized not only by the media but by congresspeople who want to take advantage of this as we roll into 2022 for political gain. If they can paint all Republicans as part of January 6th and what happened there, good. That's what they want to do. The problem is it's not accurate. So be aware of what's happening tomorrow and be aware of what people are saying about what's happening tomorrow and what's happening on January 6th, because you will find a lot of correlation wrongly drawn between people that just hold views and people that did terrible actions. And those two should not be linked together because they are not linked together. Thank you very much for watching. This is Chad with Drawn and Cornered. If you have any questions, comments, think I'm totally off my gourd, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get this news and a little bit of analysis every day, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, and enjoy the woods of North Carolina.